Hey guys, I want to welcome you back to another epic video in this weight loss journey. This has been quite amazing so far. I didn't even cover in my last video the fact that I am now considered regular obese. I'm under 300 pounds and I'm going to try to stay there the best I can. Now, this weight can go in any direction right at this point. I was only like a couple pounds under 300 pounds at last weigh-in. And as you've seen, the weight can go up or down 6, 7 pounds at times. It's just amazing how this all works. But yeah, being regular obese, even if it's just for a moment. And now this is New Year's Day. This is the beginning of my exercise journey, which is basically like phase 2 of this exercise journey. So we're going to try to implement some exercises today. And I haven't really done any exercising up to this point. That was the most incredible part of creating this entire playlist all the way up to this point, was when I started my weight loss journey, and up to now I've done all of this in a short amount of time with little to no exercise. And the main reason I'm out here sharing all these experiences and these videos is not for financial gain. It's just to hopefully help somebody get motivated and start their own weight loss journey for themselves. I want to help share and show to people that this doesn't have to be so incredibly hard. You don't have to get a gym membership. You don't have to buy expensive products over and over again. I mean, heck, I don't have a lot of money. I'm wondering how I'm going to feed myself for the next week or two, and I'll be just fine. We'll figure it out. I mean, I do have some meats and stuff like that here in the house, as we are doing carnivore right now. And I'm trying to dial that down and to be a lot more strict, kicking out the fruits, kicking out some of the vegetables, just trying to make it more protein based, protein and fat based, and see where that takes me from here on out. Because I can't deny that carnivore works, even though I did deny it when I first started, which just makes this even more fun for me, because this is all a grand experiment to see what I can do at almost 50 years old, and see what I can do with this body. Can I transform it into something that I can appreciate when I look in the mirror? I mean, I'm starting to appreciate myself on camera. I'm starting to appreciate the way I sound in these videos. But I mean, this has just all been an incredible journey, and I'm here to share it with all of you. All right, so let's get started here. Now, I don't have a whole lot to work with as far as exercise, and I do promote trying to lose weight on a budget. I believe that's incredibly important to all of us. I don't want you guys running out and spending a whole lot of money on stuff, because it's really not required. So I might have some time to get to a gym once in a while, but that's not sustainable for me, especially with my life and my work schedule and the time that the gym's open. It's not open half the time that I'm available. So I'm working the entire time it's open, or I'm actually sleeping the entire time it's open, because my hours vary as a truck driver here in Alaska. But yeah, I'm going to show you real quick. Now, my son found these in a dumpster at one point. They were just sitting out on the side of the road in the springtime, and we do that around the neighborhood once a year, as people put stuff out by the side of the road. So these were basically hand-me-down weights. Now, these are Bowflex weights. These are incredibly expensive, and I was just happy to have them. There is a problem with how they detach from the frame, because if you turn these little knobs here, it will allow you to adjust whatever plates you can have on there, and they're really dirty. They've been sitting there and unused since many videos ago when I brought them out and I showed everybody. So we're gonna do some lifting of weights today. Like I said, the donated weights, you can use anything for weights. You can use 5-gallon buckets, for instance, and basically anything. And we're just going to wander around my humble home and try to clean up some of the mess in here, just so I can actually get something started. And this here is a Christmas tree inside a bag, and that's a good weight there. You could pick that up and move that around 20 times and be worn out. Okay, that's out of the way. Here's my trusty scale. We are going to ignore this scale for a little while. This thing has really messed with my brain, and by the recommendation of many viewers here on the channel and the platform, they're telling me, hey, stop paying attention to the scale. I appreciate that. I was just trying to capture that moment that I was getting down below 300 pounds, because the importance of that moment right there and then was, I was officially considered regular obese. That was it. I mentioned that earlier. But my thing is that was a big freaking deal to me, and it still is a big deal. And I'm gonna try to do some basic workouts here, and we're gonna see how that goes, because I really haven't done anything besides go to work, get in a truck, maybe load some equipment on a flatbed. That does require some excessive movements at times, but it's not strenuous work for a lengthy amount of time, because I'll do that for maybe a half hour, 45 minutes, and then we're got everything set on the deck, and then we're back in the truck again, and we're just driving around, and I'm sitting down. And that's really the extent to my exercise up to this point. Just the other day, I did do about 20 squats, like just consecutively. 20 squats as far down as I could go to the best of my ability. And the interesting thing about that is I wasn't feeling sore. I didn't feel pain. Like I was any other time I've ever tried to do squats in my life. So that was a huge deal. That's a big deal. I'm going to see if that happens a little bit more. Now, to start my day today, I did have coffee. I made my electrolyte drinks. I took my vitamins, my nutrients. I also just got done creating a short video about the type of basic foods that I eat, which is really just 80-20 burger patties. And I just try to eat those as often as I can. So we're going to have to go hopefully buy some more. And it looks like I got a helicopter on my head. That's kind of cool. But yeah, we're going to take this step by step, and hopefully you guys can see my struggle, because all I really want to do is just show how hard or how easy this can be. But I lost all this weight with little to no exercise now, so over 135 pounds, and I want to see what I can do, because I don't know. I'm excited to see what I can do. All right, guys, this is what we're gonna do here. The microphone's way over there, so hopefully that's not a huge problem. But you see this little furry thing right here, we're gonna have to kick it off. But we're gonna start out, we're gonna use this is basically just a couch cushion, and you can use anything to support your knees, especially when you're beginning these types of workouts. This is just an Amazon pillow that's been trashed around the house. This will work too, just a regular pillow of any kind. But we're gonna use the dog's couch cushion here, and we're just gonna kneel down on it. Now, this is super soft. This doesn't hurt my knees. Now, when I tried to do push-ups with my son, and I was 435 pounds at that point, that injured me. That literally injured me. I got down on my knees just like this, but I was on the hardwood floor, and yeah, it really hurt. So we're gonna start off by doing as many push-ups as I can. My cats are gonna probably use me as a jungle gym for a little while, so at least you'll have some entertainment value there. But we're gonna see how all this works. And by the way, none of these clothes, this shirt, hasn't fit me for about 2 to 3 years. So that's a big deal. I'm in a shirt I couldn't fit in a couple of years ago. All right, enough talk. Let's see what happens here. And if I'm comfortable enough, I might just be able to do standard push-ups all together. So we're gonna try to do a few like this and see how that feels. That doesn't hurt. Now my knees are sliding, and now my cats are getting involved. So we're gonna squish him because he likes to be part of the game here. Okay. Now I am pushing out forward because I keep sliding backwards. So I'm gonna try to mount my feet. And since I started losing this weight, my feet haven't worked correctly. Like I said, I do have bad feet. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to hold this up. But okay. There, I can get a little bit more centered over myself. Oh, that's hard. That hurts. Just gonna hold this here for a while. Yeah, okay. Okay. That is humbling. That's a very humbling experience there. Thank you for helping me. I like you. But yeah, that is a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. And I'm thankful I put this cushion down under me, because it really did help. It helped a lot to save my knees, especially when I came back down. Oh, his belly's in the way. Whew. Okay. Oh, embarrassing. It's tough. It's really tough for a man, especially a man that's used to being out making a lot of money for the family, to get out here and do these videos, because this is embarrassing. You know, because this, my goodness, we're gonna have to move you off of there. Okay, that was clicking around making noise. I'm pretty sure that was annoying, but this is embarrassing stuff for me, because it shows what men don't want to show anybody. We don't want to show our women. We don't want to show our kids our weaknesses. But at the same time, I find it equally as important to be realistic. I need to show my children, you know, hey, yeah, I'm weak right now. I'm weak in the moment, but watch me. Watch me get stronger. And this is just what I'm trying to share with everybody here. So I'm going to go grab these weights over here, and we're going to see what we can do with those after I get a drink of water and have a chance to catch my breath. Okay, guys, my heart rate is up. I can definitely feel a solid pulse going on here in my neck. Now, how I'm feeling overall is I'm feeling positive. I'm feeling good. I have a healthy heart rate. I don't have anything unhealthy going on right at the moment. That's super important to know when to try to slow yourself down. Now, exercising and weightlifting and stuff like that is something that I had previous experience with earlier on in life, and I kind of got away from that. That was probably a mistake. Now, if I had the education around food, health, water retention, how to get rid of the water, and also surrounding basic inflammation issues that I even suffered from back then, even when I was riding mountain bikes heavy and I was working out on a regular basis. I was having inflammation issues because I didn't know to avoid certain things that I do now. And this is kind of important and stuff I'm trying to share here. All right, so okay, this is what I got going on here. We have a cat. We always try to have a cat in the picture somewhere if we can, because you guys love the cats, and I love how you love my cats, because sometimes they just drive me absolutely insane. But like I said, we got these Bowflex weights here, and 52.5 pounds is what they're weighing right now. And I'm seriously one of those guys. I either go big or I go home, and I've always been kind of like that. So we're gonna lift these right now and see how many times I can do that and overall how I feel. So yeah, let's give it a shot. All right, here goes nothing, and I hope I don't drop these on my toes because they're heavy. I mean, that's 55 pounds each. Now the funny thing is what, that's 105 pounds. So this is 105 pounds that I used to carry around every day when I was doing just normal grocery shopping. Every day I was carrying at least this much weight. And now that I'm holding these and I'm walking around, I'm taking a couple of steps. I mean, it's an incredible amount of weight that I have in these arms right here. This is a staggering amount of weight. I lost 135 pounds. I just need to shut up and start lifting, huh? Okay. I know there's some of you out there, you're laughing. I like you too. You guys are what help me and keep me going. I have a hater crowd and I like them. But, all right, we're going to start off with my weakest arm. Okay. 5 is about it. That's all I can get. This is my stronger arm over here. I'm going to try that out. Now I got my feet spread just about shoulder width apart, facing straight ahead. And that's just hopefully to try to help keep my back straight in a good posture. Oh, I'm struggling. Yep. Okay. That's about all I can do there. Whew. Oh. Oh my goodness. Well, yeah, that's a good workout all by itself. I mean, what was that? Maybe 5 on each arm. I try to count to 5, but usually halfway through, 5 reps, I forget where I'm at anyway. So I just go until I feel like my arm isn't going to work anymore, and I just deal with it from that point on. But now another tool that we have in the house that's extremely helpful for beginners, and I am considering myself a beginner right now because look at me. Yeah, look at me. Okay, is a chair. These chairs can be extremely helpful. There's a lot of exercises you can do just from your chair. For instance, if I set it over here and I'm going to put it right up against the wall, see that? That's right up against the wall. And I'm going to push myself against that. Now I can use this chair to slowly guide myself down into a squat. Now, it's debatable if you need a chair or not. You can also come over here and use something like the kitchen sink. You can grab on here, and this is a solid surface. And you can do a squat that way too, somewhat supported. And that'll help also build up some of your arm strength slowly, because you're squatting down and you're kind of pulling yourself up. It's almost like a boat. You're just doing kind of a rowing motion as you're coming down, and you're doing that. And free weights, I mean, if you're morbidly obese like me, these arms are considered weights. I mean, just holding them out to your side and just doing small, intricate circles, just small, controlled circles, just like this. This is something we did in the military. And sometimes when we were being punished for something we did, which is usually something really simple, but in basic training, they would make us do this sometimes for as long as we possibly could until our arms couldn't stand up anymore. They did this for a reason. Then we'd flip our arms over and do the motion another way. Now this activates these little tiny muscles in there, not giant muscle groups, not giant shoulder groups either, but tiny muscles in there that help for dexterity and fighting, for instance. These little tiny muscles are just as important as the big muscles here and here. So yeah, the same thing goes with your legs. Now the best balance exercise I've been taught over the years is, how we have, if you're morbidly obese, you have edema, you have balance issues, stairs are a challenge. I couldn't believe when I first had the opportunity to walk up a flight of stairs without feeling like I was going to pass out. I was terrified of stairs when I started this journey. There were a few people online that I was talking to about this, and it was extremely frustrating for me. And yeah, my cat's going to want to lift some weights now. But to activate those little tiny muscles that we need for balance, it's just as simple as balancing on one leg. Now you can do this supported, just by lifting up one leg and then using a chair just to balance. And then once you get good enough, because you're activating these little tiny muscles, and you'll feel your leg twitch just a little bit. And it's actually hard for me to do right now because those muscles are been pretty much wasted away. So I'm going to have to rebuild all of those on both legs, and see how it's hard to balance. Okay, and that process alone is building those muscles, the muscles that I used to have when I could walk across a 2x4, or I used to do bridge work and I was just standing on rebar structures. It was just those little tiny muscles are what helped me up when I was on a skateboard or even riding a mountain bike. Some of those muscles work. Now this leg works a little bit better, but I'm really awkward. So it's going to take some time and practice to rebuild all of those. But back to the chair, same thing with the chair. Just push the chair up against the wall. And you can use it for inclined push-ups. So you can start out doing push-ups like this, or you can start out doing push-ups off a wall, a solid wall. And an exercise I used to have my kids do when they got in trouble was something called push the wall. It was literally they would have to go up to a wall and just lean into it a little bit with their arms out. That's all they had to do. And, you know, they stay there for a few minutes and then, you know, depending on the punishment, of course. But it was helping them to actually get stronger. And they didn't quite understand that. So again, the chair is extremely helpful for basic stretches and flexing type situations. And that's another thing to work on, guys, is your flexibility. Sit down on the floor or however you can. Even if you're standing up, just try to touch your toes the best you can. Because I do that mainly in the shower when I'm trying to get my back to pop a little bit. And when I do it, I get a pop that comes out of the upper back here. So I try to get my legs, you know, shoulder width apart, just like I was lifting weights. And then I try to bend over as far as I can and touch my toes. And I can, for the first time in my life, I can actually touch my toes now, which is amazing. And I can actually touch the floor in front of my toes, which is equally as amazing. And for all of my life, even when I was in the military, I struggled to touch my toes. It was extremely hard for me to ever touch my toes. And I was fit, I was skinny, and I was super flexible. I could even do the splits at times. And if I were to do a high kick, yeah, I could kick, you know, I could almost kick as high as the ceiling in this house. The ceilings are only about 7 to 8 feet high here in this trailer home. But I used to practice at my mom and dad's house. They had a little archway. And yeah, I used to kick right up to the top of that archway when I was a youngster. And that was a good workout. That was a good exercise. But I think the important thing is we just need to go back to what we already know. Now, you guys know for a fact, you used to play, you used to run and jump. You know, we used to hop back and forth on the rocks and stuff like that when we were kids. We used to do a lot of basic climbing exercises. That's all part of the process. That's all we were doing. We were just setting ourselves up, testing our abilities, trying to increase our dexterity and our flexibility to do more, you know, to hopefully do more and be awesome. And quite frankly, guys, everybody here is awesome. We just let ourselves go a little bit. So slow it down a little bit, relax. And I just wanted to share a few of these basic things. I'm actually breaking a sweat right now from everything I've done in this video so far. And this video clip here is only 12 minutes long right at this point. So that depends on how I edit everything down. But we're looking at less than 10 or 15 minutes worth of basic early on exercises. Now throughout the day, I'm going to return to many of these things. I'm going to continue to push away the floor, even though it's the most aggravating thing. But start out small, start out slow, use assisted movements to just get something going in your body. And hopefully that's going to work out for you. And hopefully it's going to work out for me too, because in a year from now, I don't know where I'm going to be, but I have a mountain bike sitting here and I want to get back on that mountain bike and I want to use it. I want to get out with my wife. I want to fish alongside my wife on the fishing banks and not be worried about a 435-pound gorilla sinking to his death in the mud, because these Alaskan fishing banks are covered in mud. I couldn't stand on them. I couldn't walk out on any of them. So I had to sit there and basically cry inside, you know, with a camera sitting on the fishing bank, you know, filming my wife while she's fishing. And I'm just like, oh, I wish I could be there. What can I do to be there? And this is it. This is me doing something. So hopefully I can help my wife make better fishing videos, because that's what she does. And yeah. All right, guys. Until next time, just do a little movement. Keep exercising. Holy crap, these things are heavier than I thought. We're going to put you to bed.